Hey Cinephiles. The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, sees a down-and-out stuntman tasked with finding the missing star of his ex-girlfriend's blockbuster film. It's loosely based on ABC's 1980s TV series of the same name, wherein Lee Majors starred as Colt Seavers, a Hollywood stuntman who moonlights as a bounty hunter, which is one of the coolest loglines I have ever heard. As someone who devoured Magnum PI reruns in my youth, I have no idea how The Fall Guy never showed up on my radar because it sounds right up my alley. 40 years later, Hollywood, intent on leaving no IP unturned, have finally made The Fall Guy into a movie. After more than a decade in development limbo, the film landed on the crash mat of actual stuntman turned director David Leitch. He co-directed the original John Wick before making a name for himself on Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, and most recently Bullet Train. He also directed Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, but I try to forget that one ever happened. The Fall Guy wasted no time winning me over, opening with a narrated montage of actual stunt performers from recognizable action scenes, leading right into a tantalizing long take. We're introduced to our titular narrator as the mantle of Colt Seavers has fallen on the roguishly suave Ryan Gosling. This stunner of a oner starts in his trailer where his tryst with camera woman Jody, the practically perfect Emily Blunt, is interrupted with a call to set. They both resume their positions on a bustling production for a generic-looking action film where we meet movie star Tom Ryder and his go-to producer Gail, two very entertaining supporting roles filled by Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Hannah Waddingham. After a stunt gone wrong, he puts his career and relationship on pause to lay low and tell an inevitable call to action, hired to fly down to Australia to work on the shoot for Metal Storm, an epic sci-fi action movie cribbing the likes of Dune and Mad Max, which happens to be Jody's first gig as director. Their reunion makes emotions run high, but when producer Gail informs Colt that Tom Ryder is MIA, it's up to Seavers to save the movie and hopefully win back Jody in the process.
Please go and find him.
Why me?
You're a stuntman, for God's sake. No one's gonna notice whether you're here or not. No offense.
I mean, some taken.
The Fall Guy neatly puts all these pieces in place, laying the stakes for a twisty plot that makes good on the original's premise of stuntman by day, vigilante by night. And Gosling is more than up to the task.
I'm just a stunt guy!
After playing stuntmen turned criminals in Drive and The Place Beyond the Pines and a neo-noir detective in The Nice Guys, he feels particularly suited for this role. Of course, it also makes good on his dreamboat status that has miraculously spanned from The Notebook to Barbie. Opposite an equally charming and charismatic Emily Blunt, their chemistry comes easy.
We need to keep it super professional.
Cool. Do you want to make out?
Nope.
Because I don't either. It's not what I'm into right now.
Making out?
Yeah.
What are you into?
Talking.
Yeah.
What doesn't come as easy is the latter half of the film, as the increasingly absurd plot loses any and all grip on reality. The convenient machinations that move things along from point A to point B are little more than a means to a big and loud end, which started to feel like another Fast and Furious Presents. At a certain point, that becomes almost antithetical for a self-described love letter to stunt performers. While it never runs out of fuel, it's mostly unleaded, a bloodless and sexless affair coasting along while revving up for the occasional highlight, such as the robust action sequence through the streets of Sydney set to Against All Odds. The result is never bad, but seldom great. To put it another way, we're definitely not going to be talking about this film at the end of the year during the awards season, which is now a genuine prospect for tentpole fare in our post-Barbenheimer world.
Fallenheimer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Speaking of, as Barbenheimer stars themselves, Gosling and Blunt took to the Oscar stage in March to promote The Fall Guy and to celebrate stunt work. While it made for a nice gesture from the Academy, it also added insult to injury for a crucial branch of the filmmaking community that has not been celebrated or specifically awarded with an Oscar for far too long. That could have and should have been an amazing moment to finally announce the inclusion of a stunt category to the Academy Awards. Instead, they got this.
To the stunt performers and the stunt coordinators who help make movies magic, we salute you.
Ironically, if there were a stunt category, that would be The Fall Guy's best chance at an Oscar.
Give
Hey,
Stunts
hey.
an Oscar.
Give Stunts an Oscar.
Aw,
Hard to argue with that.
The Fall Guy's greatest virtue, and it's one I cannot praise enough, is shining a spotlight on stunt work and stunt performers. Not only does the film open and close with a sincere appreciation for what they do, but they've gone out of their way during the promotional lead up to the film's release to give a name to the nameless. While Gosling impressed by doing some of his own stunts on the film, the more dangerous scenes were handled by the professionals, from his literal Fall Guy, Troy Brown, his fighting double, Justin Eaton, his parkour double, Ben Jenkin, and his driving double, Logan Holiday, who actually set a Guinness World Record on this film with an astounding 8.5 cannon rolls. The Fall Guy is an entertaining, if harebrained, action comedy with a dash of romance that capitalizes on its talented stars. Its true legacy will be the attention and respect it gives to stunt performers, a noble intention that would have stuck the landing if it didn't devolve into a standard blockbuster. I give The Fall Guy 3 thumbs up out of 5.
God, I hate that thumbs up stunt guy stuff.
Have you seen The Fall Guy? If so, what did you think of the film, and where does it rank for you in David Leitch's filmography? And do you think there should be an Oscar for stunts? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you down there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Cineflect for video essays, film lists, and more.
I got this!
And click that bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. For Cineflect, I'm JS Lewis. Until next time, watch something good.